Did you know that there was a man who survived not one, but two atomic bombings? On August 6, 1945, at 8:15 a.m. in Hiroshima, Japan, the world witnessed its first ever atomic explosion, a blast so powerful it carried the force of 15,000 tons of TNT, reducing the city to ashes. But for one man, this was only the beginning of his unimaginable fight for survival. It was a warm summer morning on August 6, 1945, in Hiroshima, Japan. The sky was clear, and the city was just starting to stir. Tsutomu Yamaguchi, a 29-year-old naval engineer, was preparing to leave after a 3-month work assignment. He was eager to return home to his wife and infant son in Nagasaki, but fate had a different plan. As he walked toward the shipyard, a blinding white flash consumed the sky, followed by a wave of unimaginable heat. The little boy bomb had just detonated. The force of the blast threw Yamaguchi into the air like a rag doll. When he regained consciousness, he was half naked. His body covered in severe burns, and his eardrums had burst. The once vibrant city was reduced to a hellscape of fire and rubble. In shock and pain, Yamaguchi crawled through the ruins, desperate to find shelter. He witnessed people walking with their flesh melting off their bones, while others, blind and disoriented, screamed for loved ones who were already nothing but shadows burned into the walls. Despite his injuries, Yamaguchi staggered through the smoldering city until he found two of his co-workers, also injured but alive. Together, they made the unbelievable decision to leave Hiroshima and return home, to Nagasaki. Bandaged and weak, Yamaguchi boarded a train bound for Nagasaki, still unaware of the full extent of the devastation in Hiroshima. The train ride was a nightmare of confusion and agony. Burn victims, refugees, and terrified citizens filled the carriages. When he finally reached Nagasaki, he collapsed into his wife's arms, barely able to stand. Despite his condition, he reported to work the next morning at the Mitsubishi shipyard. He attempted to explain to his supervisor what he had just witnessed in Hiroshima. But as he described the apocalyptic scene, his boss scoffed, dismissing him as delusional. And then, it happened again. At 11:02 a.m. on August 9, 1945, as Yamaguchi stood in his office, the sky once again exploded in fire. The Fat Man bomb had just detonated over Nagasaki. The shockwave tore through the building, shattering windows and hurling debris. Despite being less than 2 miles from the epicenter, Yamaguchi miraculously survived the second nuclear blast. His burns were reopened, his bandages turned to ash, but somehow he lived. When he returned home, he found his wife and child miraculously alive, though both were severely injured by the explosion. The family, now twice scarred by nuclear fire, would spend the next years battling the after-effects of radiation. Yamaguchi's dual survival made him one of the rarest atomic bomb survivors in history. Though his body bore the permanent scars of both bombings, he lived until 2010, passing away at the age of 93. Before his death, he became a symbol of peace, dedicating his life to speaking out against nuclear weapons. He shared his story with the world, not out of anger, but as a warning of the horrors of war. His life was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, proving that even in the face of unimaginable destruction, hope and survival can endure. Yamaguchi once described how he saw the shadows of people etched into the ruins, vaporized in an instant. Yet his shadow remained, walking, breathing, and telling the world never to let history repeat itself. If this story left you speechless, make sure to like and share this video on Aster POLO TV. Subscribe for more mind-blowing and untold stories from history.